Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. That's for next month now. This is June's haul. Yeah, dude, like seriously, this is June's haul. It doesn't look like I have a lot of games like I did last time, but hey, it's still a haul nonetheless, and quite frankly, I think I did a real good job. Just quick, there we go. Oh, I almost forgot about these babies right here. These I actually got from my friend, Sonic THP. He was currently selling his games, and he's like, hey, I got some games I want to sell. Would you want them? And I'm like, hey, I do. And here's the thing that I got right here. I'll get a little bit more detail about what they are exactly. But for now, I got them all for a really good price for what they are. As you can tell by the prices themselves. If you do just a quick search on Amazon, eBay, or anything like that, you'll see that these are really good prices that he's selling them for. And I'm not sure if he's still selling any more of them, but if he is, I'll make sure to put like a little link in the description or something like that, in case any of y'all want to actually try to buy some games off of him. But he's never really shipped nationwide, but he's not against it for sure, I'll tell you that much. So if he still wants to do that, that'll be great. But for now, let's get to the actual games themselves, shan't we? So first things first, Mirror's Edge, of course. I actually had this game before, Mirror's Edge. And obviously, it's complete in box. He did that for every single one. He tells you whether or not it's his own box or whatnot. The disc is in good condition, of course, as per usual. He's a gamer person, obviously. He has a lot of games. So by no means am I ever just like, oh no, I'm not going to get a good game or anything like that. It's going to be in bad condition. No, that's not going to happen. But Mirror's Edge in particular, I actually had this on the 360, and I planned to get it on the PlayStation 3 a while ago because I sold the 360 one when my brother was like, I want to get this new game. I was like, well, you could use my Mirror's Edge to help pay for it. And then he just ended up selling the game anyway, so I'm just kind of like, just one of those situations, you know? That's really where it comes down to. So it's just kind of, you know. But Mirror's Edge, really good first-person platformer for sure. If y'all have never played this before, I suggest playing it. And its sequel, because its sequel deserved better than what it got, which was pretty much no rewards. I mean, as you can tell right here, it's like a best of E3. If you get it focused properly, yeah, see, best of E3. Really good game. The second one sucks in comparison because you literally have to shoot people. In this one, it's all pacifist. It's all running. It's all greatness when it comes to it. It's just running. That's all it is. And I just find that be like the coolest thing ever. So I'm very glad to get this back in my collection. Now, Breath of Fire Dragon Quarters is a very interesting game indeed. I actually have this game already, but I do not have the box at all, or the manual as it were. And he was like, I have it with the manual like and everything in it. I'm like, oh, dude. And I figure, you know, I could give the other Breath of the Wild, Breath of Fire. I keep calling Breath of the Wild. The same Zelda is Dragon Quarter. If y'all don't know what the Breath of the Fire series is, it's a very interesting RPG series that Capcom makes. This is made by Capcom. Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, however, is a very different beast altogether. I don't know much about it in accordance to it, but think of it in ways of like Groundhog's Day, the RPG. Because that's the way that I've heard it, essentially. And like you get like all these neat little things, and like you have like different multiple endings, and the game is on a timer. It's straight up on a timer. It doesn't work in the same way Majora's Mask does, where it's like, oh, you only have so many days to do whatever you gotta do. This is like, you only have so many steps to do what you gotta do, and then we're gonna end the game for you. So that's a pretty cool little bit right there with Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. I definitely hope to play it for sure. It definitely feels like one of those RPGs that are going to be really unique and really stick with you. And I'm very glad that I have two copies. One that's in complete condition, which I'm very happy about, for sure. And then right here we got Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron. Now this one in particular, I didn't know about. I found this out by a lovely person that goes by the name of Butterbuns. They look like a Twinkie to me, but they're a buns. They keep assuring me. But I would suggest looking at their video. I'll post a little thing in this little thing, and I mean, you can tell right there. It's already like, what does this essentially have to do? Basically, from what I could tell, it's like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry. in that sort of form. Butterbuns goes into more details of what it is. I don't know what it is, in all honesty. It's just really trippy of a game, and it's one of those games that did not sell well enough, despite how good it actually was. And I was very, very happy to see that we actually have like an angel form of like what Devil May Cry was, and you pretty much are like an angel. For those that don't know, Metatron is an angel. It is like the voice of God and all this and that. It's like the highest form of angel there is out there. And it's actually really cool to actually get something like this going. Again, I don't know the full details on it whatsoever. It just, Butterbuns is showing it. And we're like, do you remember like this game? She has those sections where she's like, do you remember blank game? And I'm like, oh, I do remember blank game. I'm like, I should probably go get that. And I did. Because I was like, you know what? This is going to be harder to find, and it's only going to be harder and harder to get, people. So if you're watching this and going like, this looks kind of interesting by the box cover alone, by the video that you watch from Butterbuns alone, I strongly suggest looking into getting it as soon as you can, because it ain't going to be $15 for soon, I'll tell you that much. It's going to not skyrocket, but it's going to go like at a price hike as soon as all the PS3 games go away. They're going to go away quick and soon. It's going to happen. I feel it in my bones. I'm feeling it. And I'm very happy to get this game, and it's very interesting. I want to see how it goes. It looks like it's very like artistic, aesthetic things, and it's looking pretty sweet. So yeah, the last one that I had to get was Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. Now, for those that don't know, Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime was one of the games responsible for the major amount of Dragon Quest actually coming to the West. I could have sworn it was the sole reason why we got it back, but from what my friend told me, Sonic THP, Dragon Quest 8 was here first, and then this one showed up as well. I don't know if that's the full case. I'm not completely sure. I just know it was an integral part to getting Dragon Quest games to the West, and in all honesty, it looks pretty dang neat. All these little like mech mechanics, and you play as the slimes, and it like looks really cutesy, but like kind of fun at the same time. The very fact there's a serious slime going on here, just going like, oh, the humanity, the great gods of war, what have I done? Very interesting, very fun to see, and I'm hoping to see more of it. I believe the Glaciers actually did a review of this game, talked about how fun it was and whatnot, and it's definitely one of the older titles of the Dragon Quest. No, older titles of the DS itself. So it's definitely going to be really hard to find for a reasonable price anytime soon, like complete and everything and whatnot. But if you're able to find this and you just have a nice glancing interest at Dragon Quest, going like, I like the series, I would suggest picking this up. For those that are like new to the franchise in general, I don't think it's nearly worth investing on looking for it. But if you happen to see it, then you might want to check up on this, because this is supposed to be one of the ones that like really helped it go to the West. And that's all the games I got from my buddy there. I just wanted to put that out there too before I start talking about my Goodwill stuff. So without further ado, we shall get going onto there. Well, I'm not really positive that this is the first real one that I got this month. That'd be the month of June in particular. I did get all these for $1. As you can see right here, it actually has Crash Bandicoot Warped. The back side, that's the main reason why I got it. It does not, however, have that. It is just MLB 99. I think this is pretty decent condition. The other ones, not so much, but they're all 99 cents. Well, $1 actually, in comparison. Bravo Air Racing, and it came but complete in comparison. Jeez, I had not even seen these games. Mainly I bought that because it goes in the shell right there. Whenever I see old advertisement, it gets me really excited. Actually, not nearly as bad as I thought it was. As you can tell, I'm still sick, but not nearly the amount that I was before. But seeing all these old PlayStation games and seeing them, oh yeah, this one's bad. This one's in bad condition. I mainly got them because they're old PlayStation games and they pretty much have everything in them. And this one I got because it has Crash Warp, the backside. And honestly, finding anything Crash related is kind of a thing that I like to see every now and again. But I was very happy to get these for the price that I did. I probably would not have paid any more than that. I don't even know what these two really are about. I mean, they look like games that I wouldn't just not play at all, in all honesty. Bravo Air Base, probably just like some sort of like dogfighting thing, and then Battle Station's probably like Battleship or something. But yeah, I mean, like, hey, it was a good start to the rest of this all. Now this one right here is just kind of like something that I've been meaning to like really do, and that's whenever I see a demo disc, I gotta get it. I did pay full price for this one, $4.99. Kind of sucks, but I mean, when looking at the price right there, it actually sold for $7.99. This is kind of weird. The demo disc itself was actually selling for prices and whatnot. I usually do not see that very often, so I'm kind of surprised to see. But this actually does have a lot of games on here that you just kind of weird to see as a demo. Jak and Daxter the Precursor, Parappa the Rappa, Hot Shot Golf, Half-Life, Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. We actually played that on Lost and Skippy. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I just like, whenever I see a demo disc at Goodwill now, I'm just like, I gotta have it. Like, it's an old school, like, video game history thing. I just find it like the coolest thing ever, man. Like, honestly, I do. So it's just like really nice to see these every now and again, and hoping I get more demo discs along the way. And when you look at this here, I actually got Fatal Frame. For all those that watched my previous haul, I actually have Fatal Frame 2, and now I got the original Fatal Frame. This is pretty dang interesting. I did have to pay full price for it because, as I mentioned before, certain games, like, you just know are gonna go. They're just gonna go because they're so memorable and whatnot. The disc actually looks pretty good, like really decent condition in comparison to I think Half-Life itself. Well, not Half-Life, Fatal Frame 2. Yeah, so I was really happy to see that the way that it was. Again, I'm not a big fan of horror, I'm really not. But I'm well aware the Fatal Frame games are definitely an endearment to the horror franchise as a whole. And it's not like I wouldn't want to play this with somebody else, or at the very least, let someone play it instead of me. Some jazz like that. So it was very nice to see that I actually got Fatal Frame. And the only one that I really have left is Fatal Frame 3, which is not so great. And I think there's like a couple more Fatal Frames out there, including the one on the Wii U, I think. But that one's like kind of like free / not, because it's like episodic or whatever. But it's nice to see that I actually got Fatal Frame at Goodwill. Just goes to show you just like how many things you can find at Goodwill just blow your socks off. It's really crazy, man. Now here's a 2-for in particular that I was really happy for. Just so you know, ARMS was actually bought like new and everything. It was not found at Goodwill at all. I don't even think the game is in here. I think it's like Breath of the Wild or something. Yeah, see, I have it in my Wii U, not my Wii U. That's how much I play my Wii U in comparison to my Switch. But yeah, I did think that ARMS was a pretty neat concept. I've been taking it as a back burner for now because it's a different fighting game in general. It really is. It's to the point where like you can't use your old fighting game experience on this game. It's completely new. It's just like boxing in a lot of regards. Not the same exactly, but you know, just one of those things where it's just, I haven't played it enough, so I need to play it more. But I have to like do a bunch of other things, and I've been sick for a while, and all this and that, so it's just kind of like one of those things where just like all these things are piling up on me, and I can't exactly concentrate on just this. But I do like the character designs, Ribbon Girl and Twintel in particular, as I'm sure some of you may know already. This is quite a fancy game. I actually got this from my brother, just so you all know. I did not pay for it. My brother paid for it. He was very nice about it. I was still very, very sick at the time. I couldn't even talk, really. So he was just like, yeah, dude, I'll just get this for you. He was like, all right, cool, thank you. And it did release pretty much right after my birthday. So that was pretty cool, too. But yeah, I'm sure you'll see me play ARMS at some point, y'all. But for now, like, it's on a back burner. But this in particular is what I'm talking about with the twofer. Not because, it's because I got these and I got this one at the same day. I got the pre-order, like, actually, like, download and whatnot, but, like, my brother and I were looking at Goodwill, and we actually saw a bunch of Kinky games. And he was like, okay, so just go and, like, look at the Kinky games, and, like, I'm gonna pick 2. I'm like, alright, cool. I think he actually got Star Fox Assault and things like that. I'm not quite sure. I don't really remember in particular, but it was definitely like one of those things there's just like, there's so many GameCube games. And he didn't pick these ones, but I did because I knew well enough. I did pay $4.99 for both of them, that these were really good games in particular, at least in terms of like childhood endearment and whatnot. And I remember playing this game with my my once best friend. And I only say that now because We just haven't talked lately. I've totally lost track of him. But if we did, we probably would end up being best friends again, in all honesty. He really loved Godzilla. Destroy all humans. No, destroy all monsters there is. I'm thinking of the alien one in particular, but it's actually in really good condition. In particular, it has everything in it too, and it's one of those things where it's an obscure like fighter, and it kind of works in the sense like Melee does, or Power Stone. But if y'all have not seen this, I suggest looking into it, because this is definitely one of the Kinky's very best, as IGN puts it. And look, it's Godzilla punching Mecha Godzilla, and Mecha Godzilla's like, oh my god, stop it. Godzilla's like, punk, try to take my parents. Helicopter there, just kind of like, okay, I guess I saw that. And this one in particular, I've never actually played, ever. This is something that I saw from Game Grumps. I will make a shout out to them, not because they played it, but because they shit on it so much that I actually found out people generally love and enjoy this game. And I was like, wow, people like this game. And it actually turns out that a lot of people found a lot of its charm to it, basically being, hey, it's a pretty good game for a licensed game, essentially. Like, they didn't just phone it in. It was actually something that had some love and endearment to it. And that was pretty dang cool to actually find out and whatnot. So I'm hoping to play it, have some good fun times with it. He is our only hope. Okay, I really doubt that Spongebob is our only hope, but, whatever. It was nice to see that I got these two rather obscure GameCube games, as well as ARMS, that very day. And if you couldn't already tell, you probably already saw that I actually got a lot of these strategy guides here. I put these in particular because I got them all at once, and this one right here I had to get right before these ones, mainly because I got this one for $2.99. Let's see here. What's it doing? No, I got this for $1.99. I got it for half off, and I got these ones for $1. The main reason why I did that is because it actually had a DVD in it. It has a DVD strategy guide in it, as well as it just, generally speaking, actually being pretty dang good on the whole entire, like the way that it is. Like, it's pretty much not been damaged, aside from like the little spine right here. But I'm a fan of Ratchet and Clank, in all honesty, a really big fan. And it's nice to see the strategy guides here. I also found two more right here, up your arsenal in Ratchet and Clank. I don't really need the strategy guides itself. It's just really nice and fun to actually find them at a Goodwill, get them for a good price, and just kind of relive it by looking at the little strats and whatnot. But it's really cool to actually like have this nice little paraphernalia and whatnot. I also got these two as well, mainly because Assassin's Creed honestly just looked really pretty in comparison. I haven't played Assassin's Creed 2 at all, so it could actually come in handy for me. And I got Crash Mine over Mutant because it just kind of looked good. I mean, again, like, when it comes to Crash Bandicoot, I'm kind of a sucker just looking at it, essentially. I haven't played Crash past Crash Team Racing, just so you all know. I have not played any of those other games whatsoever. So, I don't know how, like, good this actually is. I hear it's, like, the worst one, like, pretty much what killed the series, until a certain other game came along, as you'll be seeing later on down the road. But, it's one of those things where just I look at it and I go, like, it'd be nice to have the little strategy guide just to say I have it. And it was actually in, like, the best condition I've seen out of all of these, except for probably Assassin's Creed. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see all these strategy guides here, and I got like a bunch just from that one day, essentially. On that 1 week, actually, because this I had to get right before these four, because I was worried someone's gonna pick them all up. In particular, and with Goodwill, you just kind of like have to choose your battles of what you buy and what you take and whatnot, I also found this one in particular. It was at a different Goodwill, but Infinity Undiscovered. I looked at the JRPG Reddit, and actually it's one of their top 100 games they suggest playing in terms of RPG. Is that a poster? No, it's not. But it definitely is one of those games that I do kind of want to play. And in general, it looks pretty dang cool for what it is. This is the time and place where strategy guides pretty much we're still trying, as you can tell of all the other strategy guides I got over there as well. And that's the main reason why I kind of picked it up, because nowadays strategy guides don't really try. They just don't. They don't have nearly as much polish as it does now, and kind of why the strategy guide business has been failing lately, and you just don't really see them very often. They're definitely gaming relics for sure, and that's kind of the biggest reason why I started picking them up at Goodwill. And it's not like you don't get pretty art to begin with, so it's kind of like having a mini art book slash a thing that will help you along the way. And you never know when your internet's going to give out either, so I guess it kind of works, right? This next haul in particular is one that I really like, if only for the fact that I was trying to get these manga for the longest time, and I just happened to stumble upon all 6 of these mangas right here just at Goodwill. And I got them all for $1.99. The mangas themselves are far more expensive. They're around $10.99 if it just focus. Could you please? No? Don't want to? There we go. You kind of see it right there. So these are each like $10 each, if not like 11 or so. And getting these all for $2, the Sailor Moon whole entire like little bit right here has all the pretty girls right here. I'm sure everyone has their own personal favorite. Mine, of course, is Jupiter. She is my favorite. She is the tall girl. She actually knows karate and she bakes. That's all the coolest stuff right there, just like legit. And then we also have Sailor V, as y'all probably previously saw. This was actually before Sailor Moon. Sailor V actually has 2 mangas in particular, so I still need to get the other one. But it's nice to actually finally look at Sailor Moon in terms of a manga instead of just the animated series as well. Because I pretty much watched Sailor Moon kind of scattered about, and the only one that I really saw in terms of like serialization was Super Sailor Stars, I think it was called. Not particularly good series in particular to the rest of the franchise, I would say, but it was still worth the watch. I also happened to get this Visa Media manga sampler. I actually found it at Barnes & Noble, and it's not for resale, so I just asked them if I could have it, and they're like, yeah, it's free. So I was like, alright, cool, so now I have this as well. So this is a nice little good thing I got from Barnes & Noble, and I'm so happy I got this at Goodwill. This is like super inexpensive, and I can't wait to actually read all of these, especially because it has my girl. I love her, dude, like seriously, she's so cute. I'm sorry. This is the last haul that I actually got at Goodwill itself. As you can all see right now, they all have the same tag. That's because I got it on yellow tag sale. So they're all $1 in particular. So Guitar Hero 2 actually is looks really good, and it has everything in it and whatnot. And it's really weird to see Guitar Hero 2 in a 360 version of itself, because you don't really see that very often. I would probably say this is the rarest version of Guitar Hero. The second version, mainly because it's really weird to see on the 360. It also has achievements too, obviously enough, and it's just really cool to see. Sphinx in particular is a game that I already got before. I actually got on the 360. No, not 360. Oh my goodness gracious! I got it on the Xbox. For all those that look at my previous hauls, you'll probably see it then. I still hear it's a good game. It also came in pretty dang good condition in comparison to the Xbox version that I saw beforehand. And I actually can't wait to play this game in particular. Well, I could wait, but you know, in comparison to like the rest of these, no. This is easily the best part of the whole entire haul, because I know it's at least a decent game, and it actually looks pretty interesting. So again, I can wait to play it, but I can't wait in comparison to the rest of those games. NBA Street was a game right here that was probably the worst off in terms of like scratches and whatnot, so I really doubt it's gonna actually play. But I do have another version of the NBA Street, so I just kind of got it for the whatchamacallit, this thing, the instruction manual and the actual box itself, because it still looks in pretty good condition. There is some flaws to it right here, as you can see, but better than most in comparison. So I was just like, you know what, I'll get it. This one was just $1, so it had everything in it, and it looked different enough. That's the main reason why I actually got this game. I actually don't care about this racing game in particular. It was just one of those things where it's just like, you know, another to add to the collection. I'm kind of a sucker that way when it comes to that. But yeah, I had no idea what this is at all. I'm surprised there's even hype or that is the second version of this game. And Dance Dance Extreme 2 I got because it was Dance Dance Revolution. Or Dance Dance Revolution. It looks good in comparison, and it just has everything in it, and it's Dance Dance Revolution, so eventually I'll play it at some point. So for $1, I find it's not too bad. Although, the Chemical Brothers, I have no idea who they are. I'm pretty sure they're broken up by now or something. Definitely a weird selection of games when you look at it now, or rather, selection of songs in comparison. But, you know, just, again, I get a lot of these things because of collection purposes, and just, it kind of feels right at the time. And it's $1, man. Like, I'm not wasting a bunch of money, but I could definitely tell you right now that this is more lines of hoarder status than it is anything else. So, I might actually sell it, I don't know. I'll try to justify it enough for myself. Like I said before, I'm gonna quest to beat as many games as I can that I own. And this is the main reason why, because I keep buying games. My secret shame. And this, of course, was the last thing that I got for June, the June haul, as it were. I did get this at GameStop, so I got a little Aku thing, a little keychain thing. It actually looks pretty spiffy in comparison to the rest of the things. I probably won't keep it as packaging, but I will probably keep it with the Crash N.Sane trilogy. The game is not actually in there. I actually have it on my PS4 right now, and I plan to stream the second game as soon as I can. Danganronpa is in there right now, and for those that don't know, I do plan to play Danganronpa as well. The rest of it, because I have part of it on my channel. I just lost my voice, and I do not have my full voice back, so that means I can't do nearly as many voices as I can. But Crash, honestly, the Crash N trilogy been really living up to the hype that it has. I'm very happy to see Crash getting back on top here, and I can't wait to play Crash 2, because I got done with Crash 1, and by golly gee, not nearly as good as Crash 2 or 3, and I miss Crash 2 and 3 more so than anything else. But yeah, this is my gaming haul for all of June, or rather just Goodwill haul, or just haul in general. Frankly, these things are getting to less gaming and more to just whatever Lost wants that's really cheap. But that's not nearly as catchy as a title, now is it, everybody? And that now is it? Oh, I'll figure something out, I don't know. But at the very least, I probably spent less than $100 on all this stuff, if you don't count ARMS, because it's a gift. But yeah, just getting all this stuff is just really cool. I really like getting stuff. I'm a junkie for shopping. Am I admitting myself to like these things? Maybe I need to get help. Oh no. Go in the comments to ask if I should get help or not. Oh my god. Anyway, Crash 3, Crash 2, all the crashes, this is good time. Yay.